I'm 39 years old now, and I would like to be married and get in a committed relationship and all of that, but I don't want to do so just to like escape or welcome in this next part of my life that I think this person is going to usher me into. I don't want to be nobody's Coretta. I mean, I know that there's a lot of negativity around that, but I would love to be taken care of and not be any of my money. I don't want the control part.
Wait a minute, though. That doesn't make any sense. That is a direct contradiction.
So when modern woman, right, we are protecting ourselves because now it's coming to the situation where we're blamed for things. Even when we jump behind and help and try to save somebody, we're the issue there. So is that the modern day woman?
No, the modern day woman is just, we've gotten to such a privilege of being able to shift the narrative of what womanhood looks like. Like my mom married to get out of her house and her mom did the same thing.
Right.
And I couldn't imagine that for myself. I'm 39 years old now, and I would like to be married and get in a committed relationship and all of that, but I don't want to do so just to like escape or welcome in this next part of my life that I think this person is going to usher me into. I don't want to be nobody's Coretta.
What we're going to listen to today is a bunch of overcooked eggs, word vomiting, things that do not make sense. Escape, ma'am. Escape what? See, one of the biggest issues when it comes to modern day relationships today is that modern women think this way. Their view of marriage is something of being suppressed and not empowered. Why would a man want to sign up for something, marriage, when it impacts us so negatively? It's so much more negatively than the woman when they are not only incentivized to leave, but then also they have mindsets just like this lovely young woman. Meanwhile, she's 40 years old, breaking the scale, no hair left, way past most men's level of desirability, but she copes into acting like it would be escaping something to get married.
Like, I'm having a great time being Oprah. Whoopi. I like all the people that don't want nobody up in their house.
What about when
Horrible
you want a
examples.
sugar
I
daddy?
really do it to
We talked about this,
What?
and I told you.
There's a website
It's a
for that.
drain.
Why is, what is your
Have a sugar
reasoning
daddy?
behind that?
I mean, I know that there's a lot of negativity around that, but I would love to be taken care of and not be any of my money. I don't want the control part. If I could cater it.
9 times out of
Wait a minute, though. That doesn't make any sense. That is a direct contradiction. You just said before that you want to be no one's Coretta, but you want a man to take care of you? Excuse me? And then you say, I want to be an Oprah Winfrey, a Whoopi Goldberg. Horrible examples. But then you still want a man to take care of you? Do you realize that no man is currently taking care of Oprah Winfrey and Whoopi Goldberg? A woman the size of Refrigerator Perry talking about what she wants out of a man is odd and dastardly work. Ma'am, you need to humble yourself. Imagine wanting a man to be traditional for someone with modern-ass mindsets. I mean, ma'am, you don't even look traditional. If you take you and you transplant you and your entire high-calorie body back to 100 years ago, they'd put you in a circus. You'd be a freak show. But go off, queen.
And when you're leading with the money, it's because you want to be able to control the person.
Yeah.
So you use the money to kind of keep
Draw
them
them
in a certain way.
Yeah, but even the broke ones, they want.
They
They
want
do.
control
Yeah,
too.
they
Which is why the modern woman is out here kicking doors
But you
down.
also
Oh,
said,
is
no,
that the reason?
a real man
Makes sense.
is going to provide and not have to
Oh, a
look
real
at it
man.
as, well, I'm providing for you so I can control you.
Eventually, it all will. Do you have to be out this late? Is it why are you coming in this late?
But that might be respect.
Because it's my job. I'm a comedian. I have to be at nightclubs till probably
Yep.
2:30 in the morning. And it started off not controlling, but then it turned into that, just throwing little hints here or doing it in a subtle way to try to make me say, oh, well, maybe I don't need to be out 5 nights a week when I know that's where I need to be.
Yeah. Well, how about if it flips? We all have a couple dollars up here, right? Modern woman. Is the modern woman willing to be the controlling one and take care of the
Yep.
man and let
Yep.
him be a stay-at-home dad?
It's
Nope.
not for me because the ship has sailed on children for me. Like, that's just not gonna happen, So for me, having a man in my life is
That's
somebody
Melissa
who
Ford.
is like, will be a really great addition to what I've already set up for myself. Like, I'm now a homeowner. I have a really great
Congratulations.
job. Thank you. So it's just like the guy
Did she just become a homeowner at 48 years old?
that would be perfect in my life would be somebody who wants to be a witness to my life and I'm a witness to theirs. We're the rich auntie uncle. That's me.
So you never thought about kids, marriage? And
No.
Oh, she's a liar. Ma'am, you've been engaged twice. What you mean you never thought about it? She stay out here lying.
Listen, I've always thought about kids and marriage, and now it's totally flipped. I am at a point where I do not want kids. However, I'm also open if the partner situation comes in and there's kids involved or what. I am open to that, but I feel like I'm having to like keep remaking that piece
Yeah.
in order to not make myself feel like I'm mourning some life that I didn't
Yes.
get that I thought I always wanted. And
It's also
You know, I was kind of hard on that woman a couple of frames ago, but that's actually the most real thing that she ever said. And I've said this previously. They get to a certain portion in life and realize that their options are slim. So they change their goals in life. And it's really disheartening to hear things like that. It's almost like, you know, if you start a video game and you plan to reach level 99, but you can't get past level 19 because someone lied to you and told you the incorrect way to play the game. So instead of dreams of level 99 and that big flashy sword in order to defeat the boss, you got to stay over here at level 19. To want something that you will never get is a dream deferred. But at least she's reorienting the way that she thinks for her current situation. Because if not, that would be a first-class ticket to life regret.
also making peace with the decisions that you feel like you were always supposed to want, but
Yes.
you never really actually wanted them. If I wanted something to happen, I would have made it happen.
Right.
Children didn't happen.
No.
And it's probably because I never really saw myself as, you know, being a mom. Like,
No, that's completely ego, what she's saying. It's ego of not wanting to look like a failure, a life's failure. It's not that you never wanted it. It's that you hit the wall, you're unable to have it, so you reorient your goals. But the sad shit is that although they say it outwardly or publicly, I bet you it's different behind closed doors.
it wasn't in the cards, you know? And I've been secretly
Wasn't in
okay
the
with it, but I
cards.
felt ashamed to actually admit that.
You were
You know?
engaged
Why?
twice. What do you
Because
mean?
other women made you feel that way? Or society made you
Society.
feel it?
It's a societal pressure
Yeah.
to make you feel like if this is not being used, your uterus is not in use,
Yeah.
then what use are you as a woman?
Yeah.
You know what
But
I mean?
they make men too, because, you know, a guy that I've been seeing, he doesn't have any kids. And the first thing that people are all, you know, and I was guilty of it too. I was just like, you ain't got no kids. But I caught myself and I was like, no, Tori, don't think like that. You know, just maybe he just hadn't found that person.
But it's a little bit more forgiving for them. Like they can
Yeah.
get away with being like
way
the
more
George
forgiving.
Clooney, like bachelor for
Right.
life
Bachelor.
kind of thing.
Always cuter.
It just is. You know, for women, it's just like, what's wrong with you?
I've met someone recently, and you know he's in his 40s and he doesn't have children.
Wait,
I'm
it's
like,
crazy.
I had a slight moment where I was like, okay, you sure you got no kids? Like, you sure you got no kids in Haiti somewhere?
Right.
Like, but also I was like, maybe God just saved this one for me. Like,
Right.
maybe that was my little treasure to find.
Here's the funny thing. So I didn't see myself having kids until I was 35. I had kids 9 years earlier than 35. And so, you know, in my mind, I was like, oh, okay, so I'm not going to have a career. I couldn't navigate and do as much as I wanted to do. So, you know, now that my kids are older, I feel like I'm a little late to the party. But I'm starting to remove that out of my head because I'm like, no, Tori, now is the time. You know, your kids are older.
I was gonna say you are the party.
By the way, if you don't know who this woman is, this is Kevin Hart's ex-wife. And I find it so interesting to be having a conversation about independence, modern woman, and she kept his last name. No doubt to help her within her comedy career. But it's so sad to watch these women's contradictions. They claim things such as wanting to be modern, but then they still want a guy to be traditional, to hold the door for them, the table for them, to pay for more things more often than not, and wanting to receive protection from those same men as well. This is equality. How about you protect us? But these women are just so hilariously cooked and their logic is so out of line. Again, this is Kevin Hart's ex-wife, shaped like a dryer, with her legs uncrossed to the degree of being able to see her leopard print panties. But if you look at Kevin Hart's wife now, come on, baby. You become a multimillionaire and you upgrade a couple of things is what it seems. You can't be mad at him. She's a third of the size. My man Woodham found himself one of Earth's nectar, the almighty Blasian. Hello. Anyway, to end off this entire conversation, this podcast is called Listen to Black Women. I think it should be called Listen to Overweight, Middle-Aged Women Who Need to Humble Themselves. Perhaps call it What Happens to Feminists Later Off in Life. Perhaps call it Here Are Modern Women and look at the mistakes that they made. I don't know. If they want to hire me to produce, I can do it for you, baby, all right? I'm a little bit creative over here. But all right, I am done with the bird babble for right now. Guys, leave me your comments down below. What do you think about this particular conversation? I want to see your guys' thoughts, opinions, as well as comments. And last but not least, if you guys want to join my men's self-development community, link to it down in the description box down below, where you're absolutely cooking up there right now, all right? I've been dropping some posts on my community posts in order to give you a teaser of some of the things that we're talking about back there, but there's a lot more to unlock once you get down up in there. You hear me? Click to it, link to it down in the description box down below. Beam up, and I will see you guys soon. Until next time, YouTube, peace.